Hey guys, it's me, Mario again, and today we are going to continue the Beast Quest book, Sepron the Sea Serpent. Hope you're all doing well today, and I should congratulate my friend from coming back from his break on YouTube, so welcome back, old friend. You know who you are. Joey. How's everyone else? Hope you're all doing fantastic. I almost forget it was my recording day today. Almost forgot. But I didn't. I almost did though. I almost did. My old friend uploading reminded me that I have to upload today as well. Oops. Thank you for reminding me that I upload 2 videos a week. I don't have the Dragon Book one ready yet, but I will in like another hour or two. Stranded. Excuse me? Tom pulled a map out of his pocket again. The glowing green path that had led to the source of the western sea now ended in lapping waves. The tiny figure of Sepron had vanished. Rolling up the map, Tom looked around in front of excuse me. I wasn't prepared to read today, so sorry about that. Rolling up the map, Tom looked around. In front of his water stretched. In front of him, water stretched as far as he could see. Behind, a rough slope led up to the top of the ridge. A couple of twisted trees stood out against the sky. Maybe we can get back into the hills, Elena suggested. There must be a way. Tom pointed to the top of the ridge. We should be able to see from up there. With Elena beside him, he climbed the slope. When they reached the torn trees, they spotted in horror. No, Elena exclaimed. They were standing on the highest part of the ridge. The lower part which jointed it to the range of hills beyond, had disappeared under the waves. They were now on an island surrounded by the vast lake. I need to drink. Luckily, got my glass of juice and water here. Delicious. Hope you guys are all doing well today. Where was I? Yeah, Elna folded her arms. Now what do we do? Tom gazed towards the west, out to sea, he could see the rocky island jutting from the water. That must be where he had seen Sepron on the map. But without a boat, they had no way of getting there. What's that? Helena pointed to a clump of trees on the opposite side of the ridge. Behind the trees, Tom could make out the gray walls of buildings, and he caught a glimpse of movement. There's someone there, he said. Maybe it's a farm. Let's go and see, Elena suggested. However, whoever it is might be able to help us. Good idea, but we mustn't say anything about Sepron. The quest is a secret. They went back down the slope to collect Silver and Storm. Tom led the tired horse up the ridge and down the slope beyond the clump of trees on the other side. Elena followed with Silver on her heels. As they approached the trees, Tom saw grouped up people. Clustered around a few stone cottages. Lower down the slope, more cottages were partly covered by water. Wave leapt at the windows. Beyond them, Tom could see only thatched roofs, then nothing but unbroken sea. Elena's eyes widened with shock. It's a village, she exclaimed. The water has covered most of it. I hope no one was drowned, said Tom. As they approached the water, at the sound of Tom's voice, a red-haired boy standing at the water's edge turned. Now everyone's safe. Thank goodness, he said. We're all lucky to be alive, Elena said, then added, I'm Elena, and this is Tom. My name is Callum. C-A-L-U-M. Callum, I believe, said the boy. My name is Callum, said the boy. Look at this. He pointed at the flooded cottages. What are we going to do now? We'll stay and help, Eleanor said. Callum shook his head. Thanks. But what good can anyone do? We can't live here anymore. We'll have to move away, and it's all the fault of the sea serpent. The sea serpent? Tom exclaimed, changing a startled glance with Elena. A man standing next to Callum said, You'll think we're talking rubbish. I thought that myself once, but now I've seen the creature. It's out there. Legend says the serpent protects Aventia's fishermen and keeps the sea full of fish, but now it is doing just the opposite. Tom's stomach churned with excitement. They were in the right they were in the right place. With a bit of luck, he would soon be able to face Sepron and free him. I did not expect to read today. I lost track of the days. Sorry about that. Colum gathered to the man. My father and I were out at sea when we saw it, he exclaimed. He explained. Blah. It smashed about to pieces. I thought we would drown for sure. What did you do? Elena asked. We hung on the scraps of the wreckage and swam ashore. Colum replied. Every minute I thought the sea serpent would swallow me. And that wasn't the first bit of trouble either. His father added. For weeks before that, we caught next to no fish, and now we have no boats. A fine lot of fishermen. We are without boats. There's one over there. Tom pointed to a small boat lying not far from the edge of the water. It's the only one left, said Colum despairingly, and it's got a hole in it. I'll help you mend it if you like. I'll help you mend it if you like, Elena offered. My uncle's a fisherman, too, and he taught me how to do repairs. I did not expect to read today. I'm very, very sorry. Colum's father shook his head doubtfully, but a spark of hope appeared in the boy's eyes. Let us mend it, father, Colum said. At least it's something to do. We shouldn't give up hope yet. The man nodded slowly. All right. Then he walked to the water's edge and stood gazing at the sea. As if waiting for the serpent to return, Tom wished he could reassure the fisherman as soon as the boat was mended. He and Eleanor could row out and finish Sepron. But he couldn't tell anyone about his quest or about the beast being under an evil spell. We need wood for a fire, Eleanor said, and rope and tar to mend the hole. Colum glanced around. There's wood and rope scattered all over, and I'll find you some tar. We ran to one of the cottages and vanished inside, while I started to collect the scattered pieces of driftwood. Tom unsaddled Storm and led him to the trees where there was grass for him to eat. Can you guys tell that I'm not prepared to read, because it seems like a lot. Seems like a lot more than usual. Well, Elena started to collect scattered pieces of driftwood. Right there. He noticed a long branch lying under the trees and dragged it back with him. Then he found some scraps of rope by the water's edge and began to unravel them. Cullum came back with a burning log from the cottage. A small girl with red hair trotted behind him, holding a pot of tar. "This is my sister," he said. "She wants help." "Hello." Helena smiled at the little girl and started the fire with the log Colin had brought. Colin and his sister brought armfuls of bigger branches and laid them on the fire. They crackled in the flames, and smoke billowed into the air. I have a pain in my side. When Tom had finished unraveling the rope, he and Colum turned the boat over so that they could reach the jagged hole in the side. Tom noticed that the oars were lashed together under the seat. They were lucky a boat without sail or oars wouldn't be such use. Tom packed the strands of rope into the hole while Elena put the pot on the fire and found a stick to stir the tar. When it was bubbling, she grabbed the pot handle in a fold of her shirt and carried the pot over to the boat. Quickly, she used a scrap of driftwood to plaster the hot tar over the rope strands inside and out. Why is it so hard to read today? Almost done with this chapter. Inside and out, everyone gathered around to watch, and the silver whined in approval. Suddenly, Tom heard the fire roaring louder and felt a fierce heat on his back. Silver let out a howl. Tom turned to see Colum's sister piling more wood onto the fire. The green branches were spitting and crackling on as the flames took hold. "Now stop," Tom shouted. The girl stumbled away from the fire, but it was too late. Flames, behold, blowed. The branches hurled out bubbles of hot resin. A spark fell on the pile of branches next to the fire, and more sparks shot into the air. One landed just beside the boat. Colin stamped hard on its butt. On it to put it out, but it was no use. The fire was out of control and creeping across the ground towards them. Bleh. And that was chapter 3. Sorry I was slower than usual. This would only take 15 minutes, but now it's 20. Sorry about that. I'm sorry. Can you guys tell I'm really tired? I am. I forgot I had to do 2 videos today. Yeah, sorry about that. Next I will be doing the Great Dragon book. I forgot which one. I forgot which dragon because I didn't check. Because I didn't check yet, so yeah. I'll be doing the next dragon of the Great Dragon book next, so. Well, guys, well, I hope you guys enjoy my videos, and thank you for subscribing to them. Glad my friend is back from the YouTube thing. And I hope I will see you in the next one soon. Probably. Maybe. I will see you there. See ya.